MessageForm.js. Looking over here in static HTML, let's find the form. There it is. So I've got a few elements that weren't there in what I wrote. So I have a div with a chat icon before the input. So let's just copy that over there. Class becomes class name. Then there's my input. Then there's the submit button. The submit button has a font awesome icon in it. Which has a title on it of send, so that if this paper plane doesn't show up for some reason, the word send will. Once again, class becomes class name. And although I think I actually... yeah, never mind. Cool. So looking at form CSS, MessageForms.css. All right, there's quite a bit here, and it includes a focus pseudo class, so I'm going to need Aphrodite. So I will again import style sheet and CSS from Aphrodite. And I'll need a style sheet.create, not just style. But you don't need to see me type it. We've done this enough times. So here we go. Focus, I do the same way that I did hover. Just like that. And then it's the usual process. Getting rid of semicolons, replacing them with commas. Camel casing the property names. Here I've just pasted that into Slack. And quoting my attribute values, or property values, I mean. So then I just need to apply them to all the right things. Message form, icon, input, and button. Message form, icon, input, and button. So here's the form. It has a class name of message form. So I'm going to change that to a template literal so I can keep the message form class in there, while also adding one with my CSS helper from Aphrodite, which I'll need my $ curly brace around. So styles.messageform. Okay, here's the icon thing. I don't need that class there, so I will just replace that with CSS styles.icon. Here's the input. I'll put it right here. Class name equals. And why class name instead of style? Because Aphrodite actually creates custom classes, and we need to know what those custom classes are called. And we apply them to class name, not style, because they're not inline styles. They are actual CSS classes. Styles.input. And then the button. Class name equals CSS styles.button. Let's see what this gets us. Oh, yeah. Just look at all the majesty. It's a much better looking form. So here's my message form component now all styled up. Paste it in Slack. Style, message form. Now this doesn't necessarily do a whole lot, but it does do a little something, and it looks much better. We can still type things in here. Right, that stuff still works. Questions? Then we'll come back and do the super mega bonus credit hyperfighting, making the authentication workflow work. All right, see you in